Alright, good morning. Back at the usual time. Yeah, like, yeah, like, I just can't stream in the evenings anymore. Like unless if I'm like really focused on an event, I can't just like casually start streaming. Holy, yesterday was like an actual mess of just, I was so out of it when I started not streaming at my normal time. I feel like I just have an issue with that. If I don't do things at my scheduled times, I'm just so far gone. It's like it's kind of a really annoying thing. A person of habits. Maybe it's just the autism. Who knows? That's bad. Like, holy. We have the baby girl for a little bit. Brittany went to go work out. Why it took so long to actually start up the stream. Alrighty. Let's run some connections and some ads. Grump, copy, block, print, issue, scan, crank, sack, reel, entail, or etail, tackle, wind, rear, blitz, coil, addition. Sports ball. Sports ball. Issue, scan, crank, copy. Scan, copy. Print. Crank, grump, reel, entail, wind, gears, coil, addition. Like, these are printer things, right? Crank. What's the last printer thing? Coil, it coils the paper. Issue. I don't know what the last one is. I'm like confused. Detail. I also don't know, like, I don't know these two words. Coil, reel. These are like, you know, film reel, oil, kind of like circular things. Crank. Oh, a crank can be circular. Rump, wind. I just don't know what these are. Grumpy. Grump, addition. No. I'm gonna go with this. One away. Am I doing another random guess here? Is wind circular? Issue? So it's not the words that I don't know. So it's issue, grump, addition, or wind. Out of all these, the only ones that's like kind of circular is like, I think of wind, you know, and like the circle thing. Oil. Yeah, okay. I could have probably have guessed that. I feel like it's addition because these, like, they just go together. No. I can literally just like look these two up and I can probably figure it out based off of that. Tail. I think it's issue actually. No, okay. I don't know. Paper publication, copy, edition, issue. Oh. Synonyms for butt plus starting letter. Rear, tail, rump, and. What a stupid purple. Lily Netto, thank you for the 20 months. It's the 4th. Can I still say it, or is it like not allowed? Can I still say Happy New Year? Or has it been too many streams? It's been 4 days. Am I not allowed to say it anymore?
Less than 3.
Say happy birthday instead. We don't got any January birthdays in my family. Well, actually, that's a lie. Michelle's birthday is in. Michelle's birthday is like next week. But I guess that's not like of the birthdays that I normally remember. Because of the birthdays that I specifically know in my family, it's just my like immediate family. I'm a terrible birthday remember, date remember. I know, I'm very nice. Well, I'm not going to. I don't really utilize the calendar app on the phone. Probably good that that run died. I kind of forgot to hit the recording button. Boo. I only Stardew and not anything else, because if I streamed anything else, I would lose 2/3 to 3/4 of my viewership. Crazy how that works. And you would probably be a part of it. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just stating a fact. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Never again. No. Those who know, know. Good anniversary present for V is like a new ring for her collection, or a new D&D dice. Maybe some bones. Of course the parsnip question's in the Google Doc. You don't think it's the most asked question of the stream? The parsnips are asked even more than animation canceling when I do perfection. Honestly, it bothers V more than it bothers me about people asking about the parsnip, because I can easily just ignore it and then somebody will link the FAQ and then it's literally front and center. I don't really get bothered by those questions because I don't have to answer them. Actually, page 4. It's close enough. Time to delete that FAQ again. Dreamer doesn't even read it himself. Because your answers were wrong. Smile. And they weren't actually about the run itself. And about the little tidbits that you put in. The classic math teacher question, or math teacher test. Have you do all this homework for all this stuff and then proceeds to put something totally different on the exam, even though it's not totally different and it's just applying yourself. But no one ever wants to apply themselves in school. I just want a one-to-one thing so I can copy the slop that I had to do on my homework over to the test. I don't care that Jimmy wants to buy 500 watermelons from the grocery store. Of average math. Yeah, here's the thing though, V. We're talking about math in the United States. You can be above average math just by getting a passing grade. And you don't need to apply yourself to get that shit. Also, if you think about it, when you say above average, that just means you have to be better than half of the world's population, right? And that's very easy, saying there's a, you know, uneducated population pandemic. You know? You just gotta cope like that. And just say global population instead of just the educated. Go be a teacher streamer. The stream elements have the perms to time people out. Oh, no, they have mod. They should. Does it have a global cooldown? I can definitely scare the baby girl, just like her foot is just like sticking off my bed towards me. I could just grab it, you know? playing so peacefully, though. I gotta give you love. She did, in fact, jump when I grabbed her foot. Good morning, body. Thank you for 72 months. That is... That's a new year, right? Because 60 is... That's 6 years? Oh, is Mike dead?
Correct.
For the 6 years. After 6 years of watching Body, how many points are you up to now? Beetle Shark, thank you for 9 months. Enjoy your new fish. I appreciate the support.
Hooray.
I have to go back to like thanking the subs normally, and I can't say like happy holidays or happy new year anymore. The holidays are over. Because in CC, I don't care about books or getting a gold quality parsnip. And in Perfection, I do. I grow a beard like every other week. It just doesn't show right away because I normally shave it and I've been lazy. $1,249,056 points in a few years. Oh no, Body will never spend those points. You don't get that many points by spending them. Body's not even the only person who has enough points to reset the run, and I've PB'd and gotten good runs numerous times while these people had this many points. Again, they get that many points because they don't spend them. So no one's gonna kill a god run. That's why I can have it there and it will never be used. Like, the only way that I can get those points to be used is if I, like, bait them into it. Like, I have to specifically, like, antagonize them to get them to use them. And I'm not gonna do that. You know. Ooh, we got a Scamba. V hasn't done a Scamba in a hot minute. She's finally home, back on her lovely couch. Top 5. Good to be home. I guess I haven't done the how was my day yesterday. I haven't I'm gonna need to mark it down eventually. I've had like an okay and then a good day for the first and second. How was yesterday overall? Definitely wasn't a bad day, but I wouldn't say it was a good day necessarily. Oh wait, like I need a better scale for this, you know? Because I feel like a majority of the time I'm just gonna say days are like okay. Like, should there be a difference between like okay and meh? Because I feel like yesterday was a meh day more than an okay day. Oh god, what is this forge? Oh, this is nightmare. Like, you know, like what are we scaling this off of? Like, you have great or best day of the year, great, good, okay, meh, bad, very bad, worst day of the year, right? Be something like that. There's no like middle ground though, but do I really need like a middle ground? I feel like there's a distinct difference between okay and meh, but it's like, what would you do in between that? You know? That's a crazy daffodil spawn, by the way. It's weird. If you're zoomed out a specific amount, it doesn't let you pick it up. It's like a really weird thing. Zooming in should allow you to pick it up. So I'll say yesterday was meh. Based, like, I enjoyed the fact that I like watched the MCSR ranked last chance qualifiers. Like, that was fun, but honestly, like, streaming in the afternoon, like, I don't know, it's just like I just can't. It felt so unnatural to me that it just like I just felt weird the rest of the day. That's why I'm like saying it was meh. Like, it wasn't like awful, but it was like just weird streaming at that time. I felt like the stream wasn't great either, but that was like because I was like, I don't know, I was like brain dead halfway through it. Like, I was, my mind was just numb. Like, my headspace was like so bad towards the end of that stream that I like I almost didn't do the thumbnail on stream because I just wanted to end. Like, that's how bad it was. but still did it. Made it through. So I'd say a med day. After the after stream was like fine. I didn't post the video until later because I started to upload it pretty quickly after stream, but I realized like uploading it then it would have been a really bad time zone to upload it in because it's like Europeans are already asleep. It would have been fine for Americans, but it's like if I just waited till morning and uploaded it a few hours before I went live, then it would be better because it got the Europeans on their lunch break and then Americans when they're waking up. So I think that was a fine decision for upload schedule. It is the review of the community center PB I got a while ago. It's a very slop video is what I would call it. There's really no editing other than some of the down periods of when I'm sleeping and just not talking. Otherwise, it's kind of just the raw video of the CC world record, the 205 specifically. Same as last. It's basically the same as the last one. I feel like I edited the last one a little bit more than this one, but because there's only one bundle that is open after you check the wizard, which is the crafts room, and the bundles that I need to check are in the pantry. So I have to go and turn in one bundle to be able to see if I reset or not. Now you could say, oh, should you check the bundle for the spring onion? Yeah, it could save a little bit of time for not walking down, but in reality, I'm picking up 2 spring onions there, one for shipping for full shipment, and then one if I need it. And the odds are I need it because it basically has a, it has to fail 4 50-50 chances in a row to not need it, if I'm not mistaken, because it's just a 50% chance that replaces each one, and it does the checks in order. So it has to fail 4 50% chances in a row for spring onion to not show up for spring forge. There's pretty low odds. It's not worth playing around. I think my official rating for my day yesterday is meh overall. So worst day of the year so far, but honestly, that's not saying much. We're 3 days in, and the worst day so far has been a meh. I already had one. I haven't done 14 runs yet, so I'm not on average about to see 2, right? Surely not. Today's okay so far. Got the video published, chilling with runs. think it's next weekend is when we're going out to Michelle's birthday dinner. I know we're going out to dinner with Michelle on her birthday. I think it's next week. For her birthday. I don't think it will be on her birthday. Animation canceling is... well, whatever. I wonder what video I feel like I'm gonna make next. I should realistically probably post like the books video, because that one's a little bit more high content, but or high effort content, but at the same time it's not like the skills video, because I feel like the skills video is gonna take me like 2 weeks to do, 2-3 weeks, but the books video should take me like 2 or 3 days. Yes, I have. I don't think I've ever deleted the bed, but I've deleted the TV. Kind of hard to misclick by over 2 tiles. It's easy to misclick by 1 tile. Here are 2 inventory spots. Spot 6. The issue with no energy and no tools run is it's been done to death. So I don't really have a desire to run something that is basically been done numerous times, while at the same time has no really way of innovating it. Like, me, like, the way how I would say, like, innovating it is, like, I did the how fast can you max each skill, and there's plenty of people who have done it. But, like, I took it to the next level where it's like, I've done it by spring 16th, year 1, where most people do it by the end of spring, right? Like, that's the difference. Right? Where it's like, realistically, what other thing can I do in a no energy and no tools run comparatively? Right? And that's like the issue with it. You don't need to do Factors Challenge to get the arcade machine. You just have to complete the game. It doesn't need to be deathless to get the arcade machine. Pierre scam could be found from a Blade video explaining it, but essentially you can make infinite amount of money from changing your perks and going between Krobus and Pierre's shop by selling, or not in infinite, but like you're essentially flipping artisan goods is how you can look at it. You can flip artisan goods at Pierre's by changing your perks and doing it in a specific order to sell jellies for a little bit more, or any artisan good for a little bit more. Yeah, Effector's Challenge is the deathless arcade machine. And could you theoretically get pent up? Yes, but yeah, recipe, you can only get one recipe a day. So even if you got Kent to 10 hearts on the first day, it needs 2 days for him to give recipes. And that's why it's limited to 115 and not 114. And fun fact, even without Kent, it would be only limited to 112. Or I'm sorry, 113. My bad. Because of the special orders board basically having the same context. You need 9 quests from the special orders board for all the crafting recipes. So you need 9 weeks, and you get it the first week of fall. So you have to wait until spring first year 2. And then you have to wait a day for the crafting recipe. So you, in turn, only save 1 day off of Kent. Yeah, but Blade goes into more detail about how to do the Pierre scam. If you want to watch that video. Wallygug might have a video on it too, but I think Blade's video is more technical. Oh. I love how Wallygug and Dangerously Funny went the same route with just playing like the idle clicker games. Is that really the Stardew Valley content creator pipeline? Either going into like auto clicker games like that or going into 100-day videos? I think the 4 biggest original Stardew Valley content creators have either gone one or 2 of those routes. Fish farm bundles today. Papa Pizzeria and such 100% is also very common. Yeah, but it just works. It hits the mainstream normies, you know? And it like makes sense that it does so well. I think the 100% videos are better than the 100 days of a game. I think the 100 days took off because of Minecraft, and then like obviously other people did it for different games. But I think what Shawnee does is like should be the golden standard for like those types of things. Not 100 days, but 100%. Yeah, that too. My perfection in 2 years, or whatever, or my perfection in 1 year back in 1.5, before when you could do it 115 days, and I started in year 2. I LARP about it. Be like, why the hell are you doing 100 days when the year's 112 days long? What are we doing? Why are we ending in the middle of winter for no reason? Like, why? Today's format does fit Stardew very well. It's just unfortunate that it's 112-day years. So you can't, like, have a nice even number for the title. So imagine, like, your title is, I played 224 days of Stardew Valley. It's like, huh? You know. Like, it makes sense title-wise, but it's not as appealing. I played a year in Stardew Valley. Yeah, but it's like, you know, fuck Bill Run. I don't know. It's not as appealing, and it doesn't appeal to the common trend of the 100 days videos, which was the point. Yeah, 100 just has a ring to it. Anyways, that's why, like, that's why I'm saying the 100% videos are way better in, like, the end goal, or, like, the golden standard, because you get to have that 100 in it. Yeah, you get to have the 100% in it, which is that nice, satisfying number, and then they get to see the full game and not have to worry about some, like, stupid time limit. It's like, oh, I only made it this far in the game, and then you just get blue-balled. It's like, oh man, I was about to get to this next amazing step of the game, this next amazing boss, but since this is my first playthrough, I struggled to progress in the beginning and couldn't make it there in the time frame that I spent to get there. Or it's a game that's short, and then it's like you spend like the remaining like 20 days stalling so you can fight the final boss on the very last day. You know? So it's like, that's why the 100% things. I think it, like, I think I've mentioned it before. If I were to ever go down that 100% route like Shawnee, I wouldn't do it like Shawnee, and I would always play games that required me to play on hardcore because I think it's funnier. And then also try to 100% the games in hardcore. That would be the route that I would take if I were to do it, because you can't just do 100 day, or you can't, like, I mean, I guess I could do 100% and like just copy Shawnee, but I feel like that is like oversaturated now, so you gotta separate yourself, you know, which would be the hardcore variant. And it's like, I like those types of like sandboxes game. Like, if I haven't already like uploaded Terraria stuff, like doing, I 100%ed Terraria in hardcore on like the hardest difficulty or whatever, or I 100%ed Core Keeper on hardcore, you know, those types of games. Subnautica, I don't know if there's a hardcore for like Subnautica. One day I'll actually play Subnautica on stream. I've never actually played it before though. But that's kind of one of those fun first time games to play. One day I'll do it. I wish, I mean, like, Stardew doesn't really have a hardcore is the issue, so it's like one of those things. You can't really do it for Stardew. I know Haunted Chocolatier is not gonna have a hardcore, but imagine doing a hardcore for a Haunted Chocolatier. Yeah, I mean, like, Subnautica's a good game. Like, the only issue I have with Subnautica and playing it is, like, my first time experience isn't going to be a first time experience because I already, like, know of, like, the big boys of the ocean already, right? I haven't watched that much gameplay, but it, like, comes up enough in my feed where it's like I know the Reaper Leviathan and like what it looks like. It won't be like a first time seeing it type shit. I'm gonna go to the bathroom super quick. Knowing of them makes everything scarier. I don't know. I mean, as I said, I'll play it on stream eventually, but I don't think it would be as good as if I knew completely nothing. What are we talking about? And wing leg of the baby girl. Do you benefit without year 1 guaranteed CC? Yes, because in Perfection I don't complete the CC, it's on year 3. And odds are I don't need red cabbage because I do remix bundles. So. Yeah, I mean, I could read the blog. Maybe he's up, or maybe he's updated it recently. I haven't checked in a hot minute. But CA himself on his blog literally said, Haunted Chocolatier is going to be more akin to Skull Caverns. So if you enjoyed the playstyle of Skull Caverns, you're going to enjoy Haunted Chocolatier. His words, not mine. So. Yeah, Haunted Chocolatier will be much more combat focused. I don't know if it will necessarily have a hardcore mode, because I feel like that's just not the style that CA goes for. But, yeah. I think people will enjoy it more than what they do for Skull Caverns, because the combat in this game is like super basic, you know, like you just hit enemies away. There's one primary swing and then like a secondary attack that like for most people, which is a block because of the sword. So there's really not much like engagement or like thought process behind it for the most part. Like I can get very technical about it, but for most people it doesn't go that deep. Where Haunted Chocolatier, he's already shown off attack swing combos. If you parry enemies, it stuns them and makes them vulnerable. Like I'm sure it'll be like much more akin to that, or it will be more akin to that. So the combat would be much more, or have much more depth. So it'll be much more enjoyable to a majority of people, but it will still be more combat and like exploration focused, where Stardew is more, you know, Stardew. I think it's going to play really similarly to Moonlighter, for those who have played that, where it's a you have your town, which is the like main hub where you sell your chocolate, talk to the NPCs, do all these types of things, and then that portal in the manor is essentially the dungeon of the game, right? That's where you go explore, gather all your resources, get your ingredients or whatever. I don't know if it'll reset like Moonlighter and like a normal roguelike, or if it's just like, you know, like it's a Ginger Island essentially, you know, or like a mines of Stardew, but it's like permanent in like the stuff that you do there. But that's more of my view. I actually kind of see it as like, if anybody's seen the original like teasers for the like Stardew Valley mines, where instead of like the mine shaft to go constantly down, it's kind of like an expanded world with like walls that you had to dig through to get to areas. I think the like second world that you jump into will be more akin to that, where it's like you explore it, there's towns that you can find in there, different monsters, like you find your loot, and then you come back home, right? Like that's what I think it'll be akin to. Obviously, I have no idea about the actual storyline, what all the NPCs will do, all the little quirks and details about the game. But I even doubt that he's going to make it where it's like linear. Like he teased the B boss, but it's like, what are we going to count as like the first boss? I wouldn't be surprised if all the bosses, like besides like maybe one or two, kind of have similar difficulties or similar HP bars, so you can just do them in any order you want, right? And there's no like level or like system, I guess. I don't know, it would be weird. That's kind of like the difficulty with the adding bosses though, is like, I feel like you do, like if you want to continuously have the person like power up and get stronger, you do technically need stronger enemies and stronger bosses, which would come at like, I guess, different areas. I guess that would make sense. But at the same time, for like a speedrunner perspective or like a skill check perspective, like imagine if you could just go to the final like boss area of the game like right away and then just skill check yourself. Like do the quote unquote hardest or final boss with like the basic equipment. Like how fun would that be? I don't know. I feel like there's so many ways that CA can go about it, and I'm sure he's going to keep messing with it until he's very happy with it. But It's an interesting concept, game design is. Like Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Similar concept. I think it'd be harder to do in Breath of the Wild, or than in Breath of the Wild for Entre Chocolatier, because there's a lot of environmental factors that you can do in Breath of the Wild, where you can cheese stuff more easily, where, like, I feel like Entre Chocolatier would be more akin to, like, a Dark Souls, like, glitching to the final endgame boss right away, and then fighting it with, you know, completely naked with the level 1 sword. Like, it will definitely be, like, a harder fight. But again, you can go so many ways with it. I'm just more saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if CA kept it more open, where you can fight bosses in any order that you want, similar to, you can really just play Stardew however you want. And there's not really much of a restriction. You can buy seeds even without a membership at Joja. It's just a increased price until you buy the Joja membership, and then it's the same price as Pierre's. Except for sunflower seeds. For whatever reason. I can technically buy the seeds from Joja Mart. That doesn't count as a Joja service. Joja services in this context refers to completing the community center through Joja Mart, the Joja Parrot, and Joja Perfection waivers. You can buy stuff from Joja Mart because it doesn't get rid of the extra bonus cutscene at the very end of Perfection for doing it without Joja. That said, there's no point about me actually buying anything from Joja Mart in this run. There's no optimal time to do it, so there's no reason for me to do it anyways, but you can technically. I plant the parsnips like this because they indicate, because when I get a gold quality parsnip on any of these spots, it tells me exactly when books show up in a traveling cart, and the spots are handpicked for good dates for the books to show up in the traveling cart to give me the highest probable chance of getting both the combat and the fishing book from the traveling cart when I go and visit. Because the run is completely dead if I don't get both of those books. So I reset the start for a golden parsnip. That golden parsnip spot tells me when books show up, and then I'm gambling about whether or not the fishing and combat books show up. Not guaranteed. About a 1 in 7 chance of getting a gold quality parsnip at the start. And no, I cannot get 2 gold quality parsnips because these spots are handpicked and their RNGs don't overlap. So because their RNGs don't overlap, it is absolutely impossible for me to get 2 gold quality parsnips on the same day. Nah, I like to focus on one thing at a time. I have a very hard time to focus on multiple things at a time. So when I'm like grinding perfection like this, it basically has to just be only perfection. Because I'll just rather be doing what is more fun to me, is the issue. Oh, it's a 1 in 3 to get garden bundle, and this is our third gold quality parsnip of the day, so third time's the charm. Really, we get garden bundle, not fish tank or fish farm bundle for the third time today. Excited that CA has hired a team. This is a really funny concept to people that kind of blows people's mind. CA has had a team working on Stardew Valley since 1.3. This game hasn't been solo developed for like 7 years. Just so everybody knows this, CA has had a team for 7 years working on Stardew Valley. The difference about Stardew, or the difference about the development cycle of 1.7 is the fact that he's not the lead. He's more, he said it himself, he's more of the creative director this time around. Instead of being the lead. He won't be the person doing every single last bit of art. He's not going to be the person who's doing every single last bit of game design work, coding. But yeah, the game hasn't been solo developed in like 7-8 years. 1.3 was the first update where he had somebody help him with the multiplayer code. 1.4, he hired, I think, 1 or 2 people to help him code it faster. 1.5, same thing, just help him code it faster. And then 1.6, he actually had more of a bigger team. He hired some of the people who worked on Expanded, I believe. And then he's always worked closely with Pathos Child, who's the person who made Smappy. Which is why mods were fully updated to 1.6 basically the day it came out. Or at least the bigger mods, like Expanded and such. So, yeah, Stardew hasn't been solo developed in a long time. can change anything. I would like cooking to actually be useful. AKA buff the useless buffs, or the useless food items, essentially. I don't even care. Like, when I say make cooking useful, I'm not saying make it useful in terms of it should sell for as much as like artisan goods. I'm saying out of all the buffs that foods can give you, there's 2 or 3 good ones, and the rest are completely useless in this game. And it's like, I don't think he needs to buff the luck buff, you know? Animal bundle. Like, he doesn't need a buff luck. He doesn't need a buff move speed. What he needs to buff is farming. Probably, or fishing's okay. Fishing's in a fine spot. Farming, combat, mining. God, I don't even know the other ones because they're so garbage. Defense. Max energy, rage, whatever it's called. Like, all this shit is just garbage, you know? All this shit, because there's no thought behind the fact that it's like, oh, what food buff should I apply to myself? Oh, luck and move speed. There's basically no other reason to choose anything other than luck and move speed. And then not only that, the 2 best cooking stuff can just be bought. Coffee can be traded for diamonds at the Desert Trader, which is dirt cheap, and or it can just be straight up bought from Gus. And then on top of that, you have salads, which is a great food source for the mines, early and late, can be bought from Gus. And then spicy eels, arguably the best food in the game for all intensive purposes. Like, obviously Magic Rock Candy is better, but you're not going to have enough to supply you, which can just be infinitely traded for rubies. So if you have 3 crystallariums, you'll have spicy eels for life in this game. I'm sorry, 6 crystallariums, you'll have spicy eels for life, which, oh man, gives you movement speed and luck. Wow, really hard choice here. Like, obviously the very few exceptions is, oh, I'm fishing, oh, a fishing buff is useful. You know, it's like, oh, fishing buff is actually useful there. But it's like, when I'm fishing, like, when I'm farming, do I care about having a farming buff? No, not really. When I'm in the combat, do I really care about having a higher damage or a defense buff? No, not really. They're kind of useless. Spot 2. Like, and that's the issue. Like, luck and move speed are just too powerful. So, and it's like, I don't agree with nerfing stuff in single player games. Or like, you can nerf stuff in single player games if it's like wildly imbalanced. But it's like, I feel like it would feel really bad for CA to specifically go out of his way to nerf movement speed and luck. So it's like, you're better off just buffing the other stuff. But at the same time, cooking in the game is also quite annoying to get all the ingredients for. And then you're just at a completely imbalanced state, because the easiest way to get the best cooking stuff in the game is to literally just trade it using crystallariums. And rubies, you know? Rubies and diamonds. So it's just like the nightmarish situation. Where if the Desert Trader if the Desert Trader specifically didn't have triple shot espressos and spicy eels, the ecosystem of the buff system in Stardew Valley would actually be so much different. Now, I think Magic Rock Candy is in a fine spot. 3 prismatic shards for 1 a week, and then you can trade in golden mystery boxes for it at the raccoons. I think now with the raccoons, Magic Rock Candy's in a fantastic spot. Farming boosts the quality of your harvest, so it's really only good with deluxe fertilizer. Yeah, but at the same time, it's still pretty bad. Because optimally, guess what? You don't care about quality stuff because you should just be putting it into processors that doesn't care about quality whatsoever. So, because it doesn't work on crops, it doesn't work effectively on crops like blueberries because only one of the 3 blueberries is affected by quality. So those would be the types of crops that you wouldn't want to process and sell raw, where it would work better on stuff like star fruit and ancient fruit, but that's the stuff that you want to, you know, preserve, jar, and keg, so it becomes obsolete. And cooking's like kind of mid to late game thing, so it like should be good for mid and late game, but it's just not, obviously. So cooking's like the fundamentally biggest issue, because he was kind of leaning in towards both a buff system for cooking and like I don't know if it was selling or like an energy system for cooking, but it just both missed its mark. So that would be like the biggest mechanical change or system change that could be made. And I don't even know if it's like worth changing at this point, is the thing. Stardew's so deep into its life cycle that it's kind of just like, you can change it, sure, but I feel like if you make a change and it doesn't hit very well, it's just you just put Stardew Valley in a worse state, right? Which can just happen. So it's like, I'm kind of fine with cooking just being shit and just accepting that. But like, if I was able to change anything and make it like a good system, because like I'm suggesting stuff and I don't know if it will be good. Like I'm throwing out like the issues, I'm identifying the issues of the cooking system right now. How would I fix it? I don't exactly know. Like, as I said, like I would focus more on maybe the buff side of things, or maybe like early energy, where it's like, oh hey, it's actually worth to craft these, more so than like maybe money. But maybe the solution is to push it towards money. I don't know. I don't know what the actual better gameplay solution is. Could be a mixture still. But just based off of gameplay alone, like, cooking's just a useless skill. 1.7 remove cooking. Yeah. It's just so sad because you really can't remove the spicy eel and the spicy eel trade. Like, you just can't. And, like, that is how you would fix it, realistically. Like, that trade is too powerful. And if you don't want to change the actual, like, cooking... Oh, I got a water. If you don't want to change the actual, like, cooking system itself, again, you would have to, like, change the buffs around and buff some of the more useless stats. You know? And that's how you would fix it. They are indeed PC only. Why is my skip split button the same key as my emote wheel? The dumb person who bounded that. It's not even my fault. Like, I'm literally continuing to run an extra day more than I should. And I literally get 0 spring onions 2 checks in a row. Like, fucking kill me. Holy fuck. My fault. My bad. Oopsies. Pretty sure that's the second gold quality parsnip today to die to no spring onions. Diabolical. Oh, well, I mean, I would agree because a Haunted Chocolatier is more focused around cooking. So I think cooking will be, like, cooking's the money maker. Like, cooking will be balanced around making money because there's not going to be artisan goods or, like, numerous ways of making money, like in Stardew. Like, Stardew's hard to balance monetary-wise because of how many ways there are to make money. Mining, fishing, cooking, artisan goods, selling crops, you know, animals. Like, there's so many different ways of making money in the game. Where Haunted Chocolatier, it seems like it's just going to be selling chocolate. So it's like you can balance around making the chocolate. Nope, all wine, only wine. I need them for the bundle to unlock it to see if I have the garden bundle, because if I can't unlock the garden bundle, the run is just worthless. And normally, you know, I only want to check one day there, but I checked the second day and I got no spring onions 2-day checks in a row, and at that point it's just not worth continuing the run. I'm literally losing like 30 seconds an extra day check, 30-40 seconds for 0 reason. Right below the timer. The song made by Therm for the Stardew Valley roguelike. Listen to this theme. I don't play the sound. I don't just play Stardew Valley music. It's just the Spotify playlist. Going through generally just gaming songs. It's not in the base Stardew Valley game. It's in the Stardew Valley roguelike mod. I mean, yeah, that could be a way. A new homemade food buff where if you ate a homemade food buff, you gain, like, just general perks throughout the day. Like, that's another way of doing it, sure. There just needs to be an actual benefit to cooking and eating your home-cooked goods. You know? Because currently, there's just not. But then you have to differentiate the stuff that's like harder to cook at home and then the stuff that's not, because like if you just got if it's just a global, if you ate a food that you made by or for yourself on like a given day, like you can just do the easiest cooking recipe in the game and just like for 100 gold you can have that buff every single day, you know, if you just buy wheat flour and make a single piece of bread every morning, right? There's ways to cheese it. So you have to be like very specific about it. I think it would be very bad to mess with the quality of the buff if you cook it at home, though, because how stupid would spicy eels become if you cooked it at home and then you just magically got +2 luck, +2 move speed? You know. Again, there are numerous ways to solve it, and you can just speculate about it. I don't know whether or not they'll actually change the cooking system in 1.7. It could just literally remain untouched, similar to that of like the children in the game. Work key seasoning? I think key seasoning's fine. Key seasoning literally just struggles because the buff system is ass. Silver and regular don't really determine things that you care about, and are way too broad. And golds, golds. gold. Tip characters appearances and I mean, I guess it would be nice, but care for saved appearances. Yeah. It's only for books and traveling cart. Actually. Two and a half hours in, we have not gotten a garden bundle yet. How fun. I'm sorry, 1.5 hours in, not 2. I mean, you can't have a script play a day for you. Auto script thing is literally just for the main menu, which is not a part of the time. If you have an auto script going during the actual run itself, it's not valid, because why would I not just have a script play the entire game for me? And that's what we call a task. Also, the debris is different every single time, so it'd be really annoying to script it. Because it's like, I don't know if a weed's gonna spawn, I don't know if a log's gonna spawn a stone, or if it's just nothing. Yeah, the fairy is complete time loss. You never want to see a fairy in this run. Very bad. Play Bones there during the ad break. Yeah. I generally go to at least one mines run on each given day. Whether or not the mines is good or not is a different question, but we'll get there when we get there. Ah, my sweet princess, welcome back. Brittany abandoned you again, didn't she? Now you have to deal with me. I know, I'm awful. Yeah, I have to harvest these two right here last because of pick order. I get farming level 1 after 13. So the last two have a bigger range, but it's fine. I'm more likely to get a golden quality parsnip from these last two spots than any other spot. Because of it, though. That's why you often see spot 14, spot 15 gold quality crops. Spot 12. It took longer to get a piece of coal than it should have. Well, we got a gold quality parsnip. I don't know about garden. We don't know about garden until the 6th. Surely not another undies the spring onions. Technically speaking, from an optimal point of view, any of the parsnip spots that are year 2s are better than year 1s and 3s because they appear in a 2-year cycle on Legacy RNG. So theoretically, because you don't do any extra book checks, year 2 books are better. Or the spots that have year 2 books are better, but year 1 books allow me to reset faster if the books are bad, is the difference. So, year 1 books have better reset efficiency, where year 2 books have better or faster pace, technically speaking. Not a huge difference, but the dates themselves don't really matter though, as long as I do the minimum amount of book checks as possible, which year 2 books will do. So I guess to answer the question, like spot technically 14, 15 are like arguably the best because they are year 2 books. And then they're the most common spots. I think spot 12 is a year 2 book, right? Yeah. Spot 12's fine. Green bean, potato, kale. Here's a 10 Canadian casual. Happy to 2026. That said, my Twitch chat said I'm not allowed to say Happy New Year's to people anymore because it's been 3 days. So should have been here the first 3 days, I guess. Too late. Can't be thanking people with Happy New Year's anymore. I've asked them multiple times when's the cutoff of thinking like essentially subs Happy New Year's, and they said 3 days. Been 3 days. Lol, rip. Yeah, anyways. Happy 2026. Hopefully it's a good year.
Nice.
Who subbed? Kamiri, thank you for the 13. Nice. Appreciate it. Hope your day's going well. July 1st is the cutoff. Yep. I keep forgetting to check the daily look before I walk outside here. Alright. Spring 15th year 2 is our first possible book check, and then we are looking at fall 5th, fall 26th of year 2, winter 21st of year 2 if it gets that far. And then we actually have like a we have like the awkward book day in year 3. Hopefully I don't have to actually get the book on spring 16th year 3 because I'd rather go on the 17th for Magic Rock Candy. But we do have another spring 14th book check potentially. We'll see how the books are by the time we get to that point. If we get to that point. No, I walked into that guy. I can be mad about being slowed on the first. I was slowed 3 times, by the way, in 4 hits. Just want to point that out. The 4 times I got hit there, I was slowed 3 times. One in 3 chance, by the way, of getting slowed every time you get hit. How much copper is good? Like 180. I wouldn't be able to do books whatsoever, so you'd probably lose about 3 hours. Yeah. Should get a club on 20. So I've been hit by slimes 6 times throughout this entire day, and I've been slowed 5 of the 6 times. Just so we know. 1 and 3. Now it's slightly less. Still pretty nuts. Really don't have coal in my inventory yet. Bless, the washing machine turned off. There's a ladder there. No matter how many hours you have on this game, you're always going to miss ladders. Butter of the job. On this guy, I shouldn't actually be bad to kill. Especially if I overlap it with killing a slime like that. It is a little tempting to go to the center on 24, full knowing that I'm going to get a club. I'm sorry, on 19. Full knowing that I'm going to get a club on 20. Is that I can get a magnet ring and a club this run, which is, you know, the blessed combo. I don't know if that is the magnet ring spot, though. Have to be that one. I'll, like, slightly skip rocks. Not too many, though. No, and I'm not gonna bother. Hopefully we can get a boss enemy to drop the magnet ring for us. No, they've always been able to. Every floor on older versions have a chance of being dark. I doubt you made it more common. It's always been a thing. Magnet ringless depression. I doubt you made it more common. I don't see a ladder there, right? No. No, I don't. Nope. How could there be a ladder there? It's like, nope. Oh, I thought this wall was closer to the... Going through more parsnips than I would like. Let's say I didn't see a floor. Really broke that rock and didn't even pick up the copper from it. Magnet ringless, so sad. We're not gonna be able to go up because I can't walk around these guys because I'm too slow, and then they're too stupid to actually damage me. Kind of garbage day one. It's playable. Our copper level is like fine. If I had like 30 less copper, I would be in a really shit situation, but I only need 40 more copper. So as long as iron goes good today, we should be fine. Probably have killed that bat, but whatever. Well, could be a better start. Didn't check the daily luck. I think it's like a bad daily luck though. I've been seeing quite a few barrels, which is the better indicator of daily luck. Barrels haven't been awful, you know. I don't think it's worth to walk down there. The barrels that spawn on the outer edge are affected by luck, but the barrels that spawn on wooden platforms are not. So on a higher luck day, yes, you'll see more barrels on average spawning on the outside perimeter. good veins. Good ore clumps. Still need quite a bit more, but fine. We're still missing a jade anyways. More copper barrels we see as well, the better. Quite a bit of copper. Walking down there for that, that's not worth it. Where's my boss slime, though? I need a boss slime, and I need it to drop me a magnet ring. That'd be so fantastic. Nah, just have twin chop lifts. And then it's just one process. I'm missing a jade. Ring, I know, right? At least. Nine more iron. It's actually a really good copper deposit. I have all the copper I need. Just need 9 more iron and ideally a yoink a jade, but I'll probably just play without a jade. Now, jade barrels are on the 10th. I need one more piece of coal. Aqua. Wrong gem. Am I passing out on this? I'm really trying to get a jade. How many more like resets am I willing to do? It's not many more. Not even that many overkill. I needed to keep resetting until at least one more iron smelt. And then it only took me like one or two after, so. No magnet ring. It is what it is. I can't. Not yet. I fucked up. I forgot to be smelting this shit. Good. I mean, it's just a 1% chance every single night. I've had meteorites day 1. Had fairies day 1, you know? Owls day 1. It just happens. No matter how early it is. For this? No. God, no. For animation canceling? I mean, there's guides, yeah. Literally just look up Stardew Valley animation canceling. Dude, a lot of results should pop up. Doing good. A little tired. Otherwise, it's a good run so far, so I can't really complain. We're playing at least until near 2 as well. Like I haven't done that in a minute. A lot of resets recently. Long is low-key putting me to sleep right now. I'm like low-key about to go full autopilot, I swear. Did it rain on the 4th? I don't think it did. Eight. Probably not. It's just a 120 run followed by a Junimo cart right at the end. Need to see if it rains on the 25th or not. Rain 5th, not 4th. Green rain doesn't count as rain. You can't put cherry bombs in a slingshot. But yes, the slingshot is not useless. The slingshot is arguably the best mining tool in the game. It's a pretty mad weapon, but if you use it with explosive ammo, it's one of the best mining tools in the game if you can get used to it. It really is a mouse and keyboard weapon thing though. It's much harder to use on controller. But one of the few items that was so overpowered that it was nerfed. Keep that in mind. The slingshot paired with explosive ammo was so powerful it got nerfed. And it's still meta in mid-max runs. Well, asking about animation canceling isn't rage bait to me because I just don't answer that question in the first place. Let the command do that. everything for the gifted sub. Your day is going well. Hope your New Year's is starting out great. Oh, egg. Yeah. Fuck you. I always rap, but man. Oh, he's rapping. First bundle, there's no reason. I'm sorry, where is that? The moss just got sent into orbit. Oh, hopefully it didn't disappear. Uh, 112 minus 19. 100 minus 7. So I need 93. Just spaghetti base Factoria and then not think about it. Perfect character. A lot of people. I enjoy watching speed games of games that I know I would never be fast at, you know? Just interesting to watch the different way of playing it. Cycle speedruns, those are fire. Because there's like actually slight variance to it as well. Why? And that's not Y is asking you the question back, it's just the letter Y. Saving time on the split? That's illegal. Actually, I don't know if we're going to be saving time. We'll probably go about even. Yeah, it'll take me about 2 minutes to do this day. We'll lose about 50 seconds. That's pretty good. Well, that said, if I get 2 more unique tree fruits here. Wow. Okay. That was friend's dead. Unlucky. I got 4 pomegranates. I got 4 pomegranates. Really? The only issue with artisan. Jelly, wild honey. I have a pomegranate and an apple, so you need 2 more. And it has to be done on this day, so. Unfortunate. We got a new Mines PB, though. Alright. Time to cope. Surely it didn't have the books. It happens. Boop, boop, boop. First try, artful. Not a good start. Ooh, that's not a good start. The combat quarterly on the first date is annoying though. That would have been really hard to afford. Woodcutters weekly. What quarterly? Oh, that just means I get it. No, wait, no, that's fall 26. What? Wait, did I not get? Wait. Oh no, I did. Okay. Oh, we would have missed it. Wow. Okay, we would have missed it. No fishing book. Never mind. All right, run would have been. No fishing book. Was the fishing book in year 1? It was. 1 combat quarterly, 1 weekly, and 2nd combat quarterly, another combat quarterly, and then 2 mining monthlies. Year 4. Saved me some time, I guess. Whatever. That'll be it for me today. At least we got to the mines. At least we got to play a run. Start of stream was pretty slow with parsnips, but it is what it is. Not gonna start another run. Like in Fruit Bay. Yeah, we try. You have to get 4 unique tree fruits from the Fruit Cave for Artisan. It's actually higher odds than you think. It's like 1 in every 10 runs. You just don't get the Artisan goods or the enough fruit. And it's like in that particular run, I got 4 pomegranates, right? Like I got 5 tree fruit in particular. I just so happened got a apple and 4 pomegranates. So it's a little unlucky, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna peace. Good stream. Uploaded the video today. If you want to see the new, the review of the community center world record, the 205, that's been uploaded. Check it out. Fun video. A little long. Put it on in the background. Don't really need to watch it. Just listen. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna peace. So, I'll be out tomorrow. I'll be doing more runs. Hopefully we don't get unlucky. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your evening or rest of your day. Stay safe out there and just take care. Later. Peace.